It is the Zach Sang Show, and we have a legend here.
Oh,
LeAnn Rimes.
Legend.
No, I mean it's a big deal. It's Grammy time. Grammys hold a very special place in your heart.
Yes, and on my mantle, which is really nice. No, funny. It's 20 years since I won my first Grammy. It's kind of crazy. Wow. Yeah, I can't even wrap my head around it really. Yeah.
The youngest person ever won a Grammy.
Yeah. And
it's huge.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to talk about it. Like I don't know. It's
why?
I don't know. People, I'm so grateful for it. But like I said, I'm joking about the mantle thing because I used to put my Grammys in a closet because I felt like it was boastful. I was like always was looking forward and ahead of things, and I just didn't. I don't know. This is my Southern girl coming out of me, my raising, I guess. But now they're in my music room and where I write and everything. So.
Was it a combination of you not wanting to be like have an ego or boast or brag to anybody, but also you being so focused on your next project because you are so in the thick of like having to achieve, needing to keep creating. Yeah, you had a machine that you had to keep running.
It's very true, very true. And as a teenager of all things, it's such a weird time in your life anyway, and then to just have your life out, for everyone to scrutinize hard. And pick apart, and it was hard. But even beyond, I'm here,
and you made it.
I'm here now.
But even beyond people scrutinizing you, right? Like you had to keep working. There's people who relied on your income and your music.
I had 67 employees when I was 14.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I barely afford myself.
So I have a lot of friends who are in your position where you were 20 years ago. They're in now, right? And they were young and they're coming up and they've won Grammys. They've been nominated, and I've watched them and I've seen them kind of get lost in it. Do you have any advice for any of those artists? Because you literally lived through it and you're here to tell your story.
I am, and I'm not exempt from the falling apart of it all. And I always say I did mine in private, thank God, for the most part. But I have now learned there's this inner voice inside of you that I listened to when I was a kid, and there were so many opinions that started coming in, and you go through success, you go through failures, and the failures, when you're there, you think, oh, I need to be listening to someone else. I don't know what I'm doing. And really, you do know what you're doing. And so I lost that part of myself for a while, and now finding it again, I'm like, oh, there it is. I'm not losing it again, So I think it's, God, you just have to remember you're human. Yeah. There's, when you start as young as I did, there's no humanity in it. People build you up, to put you on a pedestal, and it's this big voice. And when I found my humanity finally, I was like, oh, I'm a whole person, And that I think you have to remember that. That's the basis of it all.
Well, you got to remember it because when it comes crashing down, that's all you really have left.
You need yourself.
Yeah.
And you can easily lose that. It's very easy to do that.
You wouldn't recommend somebody get their child into the entertainment industry?
No. No. This was my journey. This is my trajectory, and I would never change anything because I wouldn't be able to write the music that I'm writing if it wasn't for what I've learned.
Yes.
But no, I would not recommend it if your child has a talent. Obviously, nurture that. Yeah. But let them be a kid. They have plenty of time to be an adult.
The one thing you look back in your life, do you wish you had more time to be a kid?
Yeah, I do. That would have been nice, but I can't get it back. So,
no.
But I have two stepsons that are 9 and 13,
cool.
And they're actually teaching me how to be a kid. It's odd because, I'm looking, when I first was, around them, they were 2 and 6, and they're making a mess and the whole deal, and I'm like trying to like control everything, and because I didn't get to do that kind of stuff, and they, just haphazardly like throwing things around, like I didn't get to do that, and so I had to learn that was normal. Yeah, that's a normal child. Oh, cool! I love that.
That's how it works.
So I get to I get to kind of be a kid with them these days. So it's fun.
Were you usually the only child in the room when you were working?
Oh
growing
yeah,
up?
For the most part, yeah.
Did you ever have friends with you, or
yeah, my girlfriend, my mom, her mom and my mom have been best friends since 9th grade, and so she's 4 years older than me. And around like 15, when I was out on the road, she came out with me for about a year. Yeah. So that was nice to have her out. But yeah, other than that, it was always adults,
That's challenging.
Yeah, it was challenging. But it wasn't at the time. That's the thing. Like I didn't think about it.
You
at
didn't
the
know
time.
any different.
It was normal to me. Yeah, very much so. But now, now I do, and I can look back at it. I think my biggest accomplishment in this life has been surviving and being here and actually being happy now. I'm like I said, I feel like a whole person. I'm making the best music that I feel like I've ever made, and I'm happy. And it's good.
That's all you need.
That is a powerful statement coming from somebody who sold 45 million records. That your biggest accomplishment is that you survived through it.
Yeah, and I've lived through it, and I can live to tell the stories.
Do you fear for the mental safety of some of the performers out there today?
Oh, for sure. I mean,
I fear for it.
Yeah, I mean, it is so easy to get lost, and the grounding, like I have to work. Even now, I have to work to keep myself grounded, and I make time for myself, and I do normal things, and I try to find a balance in it. And but you really have to work at it, and you have to set boundaries, and you have to say no, and that those aren't things in a young age. You just don't know it.
And you also get people around you who only say yes.
Yes, yeah.
That's all they're there for.
Yes.
Even the friends that you end up having on payroll, they're there to say yes.
Yeah, it's very true.
No, Remnants, that's like the 16th album, right? Is that what you're at? Can you believe you have 16 albums out?
No, I can't actually. My first album, somebody actually showed it to me the other day. I was 8 years old the first time I went in the studio, so I guess I can think, I can imagine it. But
looking back on it,
yeah. But at the same time, no. I mean, it's the fact that I'm still making music. The fact that I'm still here after 21 years, people care. Whew, I mean, that's a blessing. But, Remnants basically, the whole album speaks to, I think, my evolution and where I've come from and where I'm at now, and allowing, there's some beauty in allowing yourself to fall apart and not fighting it. And we all go through that, where no one's exempt, and you pick up the pieces that are authentic to you and you rebuild. And it takes a lot of inner strength and a lot of guts to do that. And that's what I mean by, like, I had to shut a lot of people out and people's opinions and go, okay, this is the music that I'm making. I had no preconceived idea when I started making this album of what I wanted to do. And what came out of me was this like soul gospel thing, which is so fun. It's so liberating. When I sing this stuff on stage, it's just like somebody just said the other day, I was like a caged animal that just got let out. So, it's very powerful, and the lyrics are powerful, and, they're personal, but I feel like so many people can relate to these lyrics, and it's positive. There's so much negativity out there right now that I wanted to put something positive in the world, so.
Now, speaking of positivity, are you getting up every morning and writing these quotes on that chalkboard that you put on Instagram?
Yep,
really?
I do.
Do it all yourself?
That started this whole album.
Really?
Yes, because I realized that I did that for myself. My husband made my chalkboard for Valentine's Day a few years ago, and I wanted that just in the kitchen for myself. And when I Instagrammed one, I realized all these people needed it too. Mm-hmm. And I want to make an album from that place. And so honestly, that changed my life by just Instagramming like one of those chalk talk things.
Well, I noticed. I saw it. I noticed.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad.
Last question.
Yes.
Throughout this entire journey, have you ever been okay with not making music again? Did you ever come to terms with it, thinking about leaving?
I have thought about it many times. I don't think I would be making it in some way, shape, or form.
Whether
I mean,
it's
even
for
if
you
it's
or
on
for
the
everybody.
exactly,
Yeah.
even if it's on the boardwalk in Venice, like
there you go.
I would just go and sing. And that's when I wanted to get back to feeling that way about music again, because it wasn't just about going and singing. It wasn't just about the enjoyment of it. And now. It's not just about that, but I can go to that place and I can really enjoy it again. And so that's the only way to keep going. Otherwise, if I don't feel that, I'm done.
LeAnn Rimes, a phenomenal conversation.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
nice
you
to
for
talk
taking
to
the
you
time.
guys.